Look at me. What you perceive creates an illusion of who I am.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
These arms hold the weight of my ambition. These hands craft efficiency. I build machines that gather light and give energy to my needs. Solar panels that power to make our future green.
You don't know me.
You just see me. My fingers are on the pulse of man's quest. I build robotics to inform what's next. In these innovations lie our success.
You don't know me.
I will belong to no limits. I code, I build, I create, I make.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
But you will.
Not only is she lovely, that is also her last name. Breaking Into is next.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Lives. Breaking Into.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Breaking Into on Black Hollywood Live. I am your host, James Lott Jr. And you know where you can find me, where all James Lott Jrs are sold. Yes, that's right, kids. My guest today is someone who is so wonderful. You guys know her already. A lot of the Tyler Perry universe. We're going to talk about how she got involved with him and how she's in all of his stuff. Well, okay, not all of his stuff, but you're in a lot of it. She's starring in the new Boo, A Madea Halloween. It looks hilarious in the trailer. It looks hilarious. You know she plays Hattie Mae. So Hattie Mae makes the universe on the Tyler Perry stuff. She's on Tyler Perry's Love Thy Neighbor on the OWN network. I mean, you're surrounded by people that are like, you know, amazing. Mm-hmm. You are, I mean, talk about blessed, like blessed 20 times. Mm-hmm. Yes. She's also been in things for him, like Madea, on stage for Madea's Christmas. She's done Madea Gets a Job, I Don't Want to Do No Wrong, Hell Hath No Fear, Like the Woman Scorn, The Haves and Have-Nots. She is working, she is working it today, too. Miss Patrice Lovely.
I love that.
Hey,
everybody! What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I'm in here. And I'm with you this evening.
It's so crazy seeing this beautiful woman.
And that voice comes out. Right?
It's like there's some disconnect going on for me right now. I'm like, wait a minute. This is like kind of weird. Hattie Mae's been good to you, hasn't she?
Absolutely. She's been around maybe 20 years now. Mm-hmm. And been working 20 years.
Yeah, no, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I named stuff. I was naming stuff. I mean, Hattie Mae's been around for a while. And is she like your best friend at this point?
Absolutely. Hattie is... my mother, she's my aunt, she's my cousin, she's my nephew, she's my niece, she's my grandfather, she's my grandmother, she is my sister, she is my brother, she is water. I love it. Hattie Mae is everything.
Yeah, yeah, she's great. She's been good to you guys. Okay, so we're gonna talk more about exactly just how, you know, she got involved with Tyler Perry and all that stuff. We're gonna show first. It's a short trailer. It's like a teaser trailer for a Boo. It just makes me laugh. We're gonna show it right there.
This Halloween stuff just give me the creeps. She don't like Halloween.
On October 21st.
You shouldn't be here. After 10, strange things start happening in this house.
What the hell with that? If you're not afraid of the dark,
Help me, Jesus!
you should be.
Oh, hell no! Why are you up here in this bed? I was reading. Reading what? The Bible. Where is the Bible? It's on the table of my heart.
A Madea Halloween, rated PG-13, starts October 21st.
So I mean, okay, this is always gonna be a hit movie, obviously, what she does. How did Tyler Perry and you get connected in the first place?
Actually, Tyler heard I've been doing theater for years, as I said, since '96, wow. And he actually called us a couple times to see if I could do his shows, and I was already under contract. Okay. So it just so happened he came at the right time. Yeah. I was in Detroit. And I was doing Marriage Material, Jacarius Johnson's play. Okay. And he flew in, and the rest is history. I was in his office the next day because that tour was ending that Sunday night. Monday morning, I was on his couch.
Oh, he snatched you up then.
He was like, he took me out of the Lion's Den.
Yeah. Jeez, that's great. I mean, and this is obviously you've watched him from like almost basically the beginnings of him at this point.
Well,
I mean, it's been 20. You said 20 years or so. I'm like, again,
I haven't worked with Tyler for 20 years. I've been in the business.
20 years.
20 years. I've been working for Tyler now. I think like 7.
That's
maybe
good.
7, 8 years.
That's good.
I think.
That's good.
I think
Yeah.
And my first one was Madea's Christmas.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And he was like, I have an idea, and that was it. He sent the script, and again, the rest was history.
So is stage your first love?
I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely.
Because you've been doing stage for so long.
I
is it?
love theater. I love
Yeah.
that live audience. I love the audience reaction. You know, nothing like it.
How do you keep it fresh every night when you do a show over and over?
Never do it the same way. Every time I do a show, my dialogue change.
Oh, interesting.
Absolutely, but I still stay, on message. But it would get pretty boring to me if I had to do the same And the best part about Tyler is, for me, he just allows me to play, and I constantly create. I might go in and do a scene one way the night before, and the next night I might be turning flips. I will turn a flip off the couch too. I'm all on the back. I'm on the neck. I mean, I felt so sorry for Maurice Lochner when we was doing the Have and Have Nots.
Yeah.
No. We was doing Madea Gets a Job.
Yeah.
And Hattie Mae just freaked because she thought that one of her the other patients in the nursing home was after her man, and that was a train wreck between those Fruit Loops and her thinking that she was after Hattie's man.
Yeah. No good.
Not a good concoction. And I literally snapped. I was on his neck. Woo! I mean, it was going down. and every night we came up, Tyler said, something is seriously wrong with you. I said, no, something is seriously wrong with you for writing this.
Okay.
shit.
Yes. Well, you can say it if you want to. Shit. Or whatever. Yes, you can say it. I know you're a lady, but you can say if you want to.
I gets down. I gets down like a sailor, son. You don't want me to start.
And if you start, then I'll start, and it'll be
Well,
all over.
then
Then it'll be
gonna
just be Black Hollywood Live after dark.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to do that, folks. I actually want to talk to her and actually be seen. Okay, so stage. I mean, when was the first time you did stage? What was the first, like, very, 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 very first thing you did on stage?
The very first thing was David Payton. What was it? Goodness. Oh, I can't even think of the name.
Well, something from David Payton you did on stage. Was it in Detroit? Was it?
No, it was just a tour.
A tour.
So
okay.
we was everywhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What is one of the things about being on tour? What is one thing that you don't like?
Well, at that particular time, everybody was kind of just feeling their way, and so. At that particular time, David Payton had a broke down bus and it had holes in the floor. So we saw the pavement.
That's weird.
We were seeing the lines. And that was my first night riding and my last night riding, because after then I started dealing with promoters.
Yeah.
Never dealt with the writers after that. Yeah. So, yeah. And that's what I say to a lot of people. I've paid my way. I mean, I've paid my dues.
Yeah.
So this just didn't happen overnight.
No, we know that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you actually paid attention to things, and things that didn't work for you or serve you, you made sure you changed it then, didn't
Absolutely.
you?
So I think I started out playing a 16-year-old character. I do remember her name was Keisha.
Okay.
And my dad was a white guy. He was a judge.
Oh, okay.
If I keep talking, I'm going to remember the name of the play.
All of a sudden, like, the show's over. Gee, I remember what it is now.
Right. Yeah. So,
That's cool.
Yeah. And I started out, I was just in Montgomery, Alabama. I just finished my second album entitled Glory Road, I believe. And they had no idea I could act. So I went out to sing. And then, the acting kind of outweighed the singing. And then from there, we had to recreate a whole show overnight because the play had been out and we didn't know that.
Oh.
You know, they had taken the play out, and that particular city, Detroit.
Okay.
We were going to, and the people went up the first night. You know, the show as is.
Yeah.
And they was like, no, we've seen this show. So people started wanting their money back. And we like,
oh my
why
God.
these people tripping? And then they told us, well, this show has been out. Like, that's how you going to do us? And so they was like, so y'all got to come up with something overnight or else, you know, we're going to have to cancel the tour. And that's how Hattie came into play.
I mean, it's overnight. So you guys went back to hotel, motel, where we went to.
In
and said,
the
okay.
lobby. And we stayed up all night and wrecked that play. And a matter of fact, Tyler was doing a play in the city, and then a show that David, what's the singer? David, snap, I can't think of his name.
R&B singer. David.
Anyway, they were doing a show, and we wrecked again.
Yeah.
And you know, our box office sold out. So yeah.
Tell folks that it's not easy to do stage. Like it's fun, obviously, and you do, but it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, hard work behind the scenes to get up there.
And especially with Tyler.
Yeah.
You know, because he's a perfectionist, and everything has to be on point. It all has to make sense. Everything has to tie in. So he's pretty
But what is one thing about him we were surprised and hear about him that you've experienced with him?
Well, let me say this. A lot of people were saying to me before I met Tyler, "Oh, you would never be able to work with Tyler, and you know he's not gonna allow your character to shine." And and so when I met him, I'm talking right after the show ended in Detroit. Tyler came backstage, and it was as if we've known each other for 20 years. He hugged me, and I hugged him, and it's like we just never let go. So again, you know, I mean, you can't pay attention to what people say, because whatever your destiny is and whatever God has for you is for you. And can't no devil in hell, can't nobody, you know, turn what God's plan is for you. Yeah.
And also, I've learned in this business, you know, people talk anyway because they can. Everybody's experience, you know, they can. Everybody got a mouth, so they all talk. But everybody has their own experience, and everybody comes to meeting somebody with their own experience and baggage or whatever they have with them. So you never know what happens.
Yeah,
right?
It was totally opposite of what everybody was saying. You know, this man has done nothing but good for, you know, to me and for me.
Yeah.
So you know, even when we're off, and just being a friend, you know what I'm saying. I can call Tyler at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and he opens his phone up and he'll call me back, pick up the landline, and you know sometimes. I'm boohooing, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean everybody has their moments, and he's been right there from day one, on and off set.
And let's tell people how hard that is to fine tune this business. Sometimes people actually will return your phone call or call you back or have sit down and be with you when it's not related to like a project.
But Tyler, again, he's actually, when it comes to you know how family is, you know, and they think they're entitled, and he's had a lot of things to encourage me and you know to put me on the right track as far as that's concerned. You know, not just family. You know, not allowing anybody to you know get in your space and jack up your space, your mental. You know what I mean? So again, he's just phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna mention Love Thy Neighbor, which of course is on the OWN network.
Hattie me!
And if you know what OWN is, Google it.
Right.
Yeah, that's the Oprah Winfrey Network, of course. And if you don't know if nobody knows what that is, like, come on, people. I'm sure you guys are awake. I mean, you're on now. So, have you met Oprah?
Absolutely, I've met Oprah several times.
What does she smell like?
Oh, she smells fabulous because she knows she's got that paper.
Yeah, I know
she can buy that good perfume, that perfume she has on. When I grow up, I'm gonna give me some of that perfume.
I think she smells good. Like smells like money, doesn't she?
She does.
I'm sure she like good money. Not all money's good money, but she smells like good money. I'm sure.
She got that old good paper.
I love it. But I was gonna say that now this show, like many of Tyler Perry's shows, and even like some of his movies, they feel like stage it feels very stage-y or stage-esque. But they're actually filmed in a for TV format. We're going to show a piece of Love Thy Neighbor.
You got to get the hell out of my house. Now, you know if you go over there talking crazy to him and everything, he ain't gonna want to change nothing.
What do you mean, Mama? Because I'm not seducing him.
Well, try this.
Ooh.
Here we go.
No, listen at me now, babe.
Okay, I'm listening.
Make him think it's his idea.
How?
By dropping little hints and everything. You go shopping, and you see a sofa or something you like. You say, baby, do you like this one?
Oh, okay, the sofa part was that's a good idea, but the rest of that... Too much.
Well, you see, you can't be too hard. You gotta be gentle, and some men you just have to ease them into it. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. I'll try that. That's good advice, Mama.
Yeah. And if that don't work...
The sexy one.
Did you bring out the pole?
Oh.
And you just work it. Trip.
The look on her face is so funny. So I just want to show that. Listen, you have to watch the rest of the show. The shows are hilarious, of course. The look on her, I mean, working opposite her, of course, it must be amazing because her face is like, what is she doing?
Her facial reactions. You know, you work with some people and they make you work.
Yes.
She's one of them. Palmer's one of them.
Okay.
Because Palmer is just retard to the 10th power. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I see you as that. I know you as her. And then I'm seeing these beautiful pictures and seeing you right in front of me, like this. I'm like, is it fun to be completely underneath all of that stuff and you can just be whatever you want, so to speak?
Yes, absolutely.
No vanity whatsoever, none of that kind of...
Yeah, but that takes a while. That takes maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
To get into character.
Okay.
When it's done right and it's ready for film. So, I've had to recently kind of get out of hiding behind Hattie because I'm more comfortable, where people can't see me. Yeah. That's just more comfortable to me.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, I can see you in all kinds of different roles, obviously, as just, variations of how you look.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But that makes you a good character actress, though. You can probably do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm getting more work for her.
Right.
Hire for all kinds of stuff. You can do it. I'm always promoting. That's fine. I just can't promoting.
And that's something I'm trying. I'm breaking into now.
Yeah.
Just doing more roles as Patrice or.
When you are Patrice still, it's underneath all this stuff, which, like I said, it's hiding the beautiful here. It's like, oh my God, she's so pretty.
Thank you so much.
But is it hard to film these? Are people just laughing all the time?
Yep, and the camera's shaking and the tire's constantly, hey, I can't use that. Okay, cut. Yeah, because people the film is, the cameras are shaking. Yeah.
I'm sure.
And they're breaking out laughing, so you hear, so. I
always wonder that. When you're watching Charlie.
Especially with that character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So.
Now, one of the things I always admire about Tyler Perry is that he hires people of color behind the camera, in front of the camera. He'll find folks who have worked in a long time, bring them into his movies, bring them to his TV shows. That must be amazing to work with so much brown talent for you. It must be so amazing.
But you know what? Even with that, he has to be careful because everybody doesn't really have, everybody doesn't have Tyler's back. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like you can bring a stranger into your house. Yeah. And if you don't know them, they're going to take your things. They're going to take your goods. Yes. So, yeah. Yes. So you have to be careful, you know what I mean? Who you let in your surroundings. But and Tyler is just that type of person. Regardless as to how many times people is taken from him, he still bring us in, give us jobs, Again, he's just a good man, a good soul,
He seems like a person, because he's self-made.
And he gives it all back.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's how you keep getting, it's when you give.
Yeah, that's
Give
true.
and
I
it shall
agree.
be given back to you.
agree.
You
I
know,
agree.
and that's the way. To me, that's the way I've always lived.
Yeah,
you
me
know,
too. Me too.
yeah, you know,
It's always
that's how
good to
you
give
get
back.
your blessing. Yeah, that's how you get your blessing. So,
Mm-hmm.
and even if you give and you don't receive or you don't get anything in return. Hey,
Right.
it's still, you know,
Right.
it still
counts
for the good. Yeah,
Yeah, it still counts.
Yeah,
like
right.
hello, it still
Yeah.
counts. Now let's go in it because this is Black Hollywood Live.
Yeah.
We're black folks.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about this because you kind of I want to know what your take on this is, because what do you say to the criticism about his type of comedy that you hear sometimes today from some people?
Honestly, I don't even put myself in that. I'm not even surrounded by that, so
Good.
a lot of times I don't even hear it.
Good.
You
Good.
know, and to whatever, I have no idea what you're talking about at
Well,
this
some
point.
people will say, things like it's kind of like the old time kind of minstrel circuit kind of stuff.
But that's
or-
what we need. To me, all
Tell
of
us,
this
tell 'em.
reality TV.
Tell 'em.
Hey, let's go back to Mama's Family, to
Yes, yes.
the Jeffersons,
Yes,
to
yes.
Good Times.
Yes.
Take me back to real TV.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I
And
agree.
so all of that, I mean, not taken away from people's pockets, but
Right.
because everybody's got to make a living.
Yeah.
But these overnight stars, to me, that don't last, because at the end of the day, you still gonna have to have a talent. You still gonna have to be able to show what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't gonna last for you.
That's very true.
Get you a trade.
Yeah.
Go to work. Pay your dues.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
Pay your dues. And that's the one thing about today is like stars like, okay, take your time, hone the craft, be nice to people, make the connections. It'll pay off.
Exactly, and I was actually talking to a friend of mine, and they were saying that, Patrice, you're so down to earth, but that's just me. You know what I mean? And I've always been that way. Always been home folk. You
Yeah,
know what
I
I
can
mean?
feel it. I can feel
Always
it,
been
yes.
good people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
My head didn't blow up when I blew up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I feel like you know the big picture.
Exactly.
You get
At the
it.
end of the day, you might have to see these people.
Tell them,
Perfect thing, perfect. I don't know if it's a slogan or what it's called. Never burn the bridge, because you might have to cross that bridge again. You know
Okay.
what I mean? And that's the way I've always lived. You know.
You never know.
Don't burn that bridge.
That assistant
That's
that
my
you were
grandma
stepping
told me
on.
that.
Yeah, my grandma told you the same thing. That assistant you're working for could be hiring you for your next job.
And that same person that you passed on your way up, you're gonna have to see them on your way back
That's
down.
true. That's so true.
Ain't that nice?
Okay.
I got some good slogans.
You're popping the wisdom.
That's
You
it.
are. But it's so true. And another thing that's true, and this is true for you, of course, in this Tyler Perry universe, that people in Hollywood like to work with people they know can deliver, and who are also, they can work with them. Isn't that
Got
true?
good spirits, good
Right.
attitudes.
Because tell people, it's okay, a lot of times, especially on movie sets, it's hurry up and wait.
Right.
You don't want to sit around with
Hurry
anybody
up
for
and-
18 hours.
Well,
and
that's
don't
not
like
with
him.
Tyler. Definitely.
So he goes fast. Is he fast paced? Tell me,
Definitely.
what's he doing?
Definitely not with
Oh,
Tyler.
so it's always
Every
shooting?
project that I've ever done with Tyler Perry Productions,
Okay.
it's always been pop. We've always finished 2, 3, 4 weeks ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess he has so many projects going on.
And even
too.
this movie, when we got
Yeah.
ready to do this movie, I thought we was gonna be in there, like, oh snap, we gonna be 6, 7 months on this jump.
Done in 30 days, probably.
Ole.
How much fun was making this movie?
From the beginning, from day one, we were. A lot of times, I mean, you can see it at the end of. He does the. Those things at the end where, we just constantly broke character.
Yeah,
we
sure.
constantly laughed through the whole film.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
And then watching him go into all these different characters,
was
Joe
amazing.
and
That was amazing.
Madea and Brian, and yeah. That man is. When I tell you that man is crazy, I am serious. Tyler, and the way he thinks, you know what I mean, and the fact that he's just what Hollywood does in a month, Tyler Perry's studio do that in like a day.
Yeah.
Or 2 days.
Because I always hear things about how he writes all this stuff too. So it's like he's writing these
But
movies.
do you know how many shows he writes? That's the crazy
I know,
part.
that is crazy.
And then shooting them. So while we're shooting Love Thy Neighbor, he's writing Have and Have Not, or
Meet the Browns, or whatever. Yeah, all these things. I mean,
yeah, you know, yeah, it's crazy the way his work ethic.
I always wonder if he has does he have a life?
He has a life, you know.
so?
He has the baby, and
Yeah.
you know his own personal life. And believe me, you know he understands. You know, you can't just work constantly.
No, you can't.
You know, he be done nut up and went crazy around there. We be looking at him like, what?
Yeah. So what is some great advice that was told to you that serves you well today?
Again, what you said, just you know, when you, especially when you're working with Tyler. You know, when you go in, get your script, make sure you know it inside and out, dissect it, you know the backstory, you know, of the characters, whatever you're doing. And again, just, you know, when you go in, just go in, you know, with all you know, and allow him to pull you back. You know what I mean? Just give it all you got, and then if you know whatever doesn't work, or if you're too big, again, that's what happened with Hattie. In the beginning, I came in theater.
It's a different speaking, and you're talking like this to everybody, like you're going all kind of stuff.
And I was screaming at everybody.
They're all shut up
like,
down
Hattie,
there.
right? Tone down, like turn down for what? But that's that's all I've ever known is to make it big, you know, make it you know to where everybody can hear, and they can see, even if they can't hear it, they can see. And then they'll be able to put it. If you way in the back of the theater and you in the nosebleed section, then you know you still got.
You're performing to them.
Exactly.
Just like the people in the front row, you're performing to that guy in the mezzanine way up there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so he had to tone me down a lot.
I have a feeling that wasn't super easy.
And it wasn't because, but again, he took me, when I tell you this man took me under his wing, and he's still showing me, you know what I mean, you know, how to do film, and even for the movie, it was a little bit, I can do a little bit more, you know, because I had a bigger, you know, a bigger space. But he's still, I'm still learning from him every day.
How's it being on a TV series? You are on a television series.
A major.
Yes. No. Exactly.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. You know what I mean? God has truly blessed me. You know, and the Bible said that your gift will make room for you. So, and so. Again, I'm just thankful, you know, because again, I've paid my dues. I before I even started doing television, I've always been a tithe payer. So, you know, again, you know, me paying my tithes, that's made a difference, you know, giving my tithes and giving my offering and being faithful to God, and, you know, he'll be faithful to you. And, you know, for Tyler, the first day we met in Detroit, when he flew to Detroit, on stage that night, he was like, "Doesn't this girl deserve her own television show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, mister, whatever."
Yeah, we all hear that. Yeah, whatever,
yeah, whatever. Put your money where your mouth is. And I promise you, next day I was on the couch, and from there, I did Madea's Christmas. Then we went into the Have and Have Nots. By the time we did Have and Have Nots, at the end of that tour, I think I was going into Love Thy Neighbor. Yeah. That's how God works, though.
No, it is. I mean, once you get out of your own way.
He do things so
well.
Isn't
it funny? Like, I knew it was going to happen to me. Like, well, I got out my own way. So now all of a sudden the lane is open, and he's like, okay, now I can come in. And I can drive down the street and get you where you need to go.
And then it's so easy. It's much easier when you know the reason that you're put on Earth. You know the reason, you know, that you're put on this planet. And for me, I know that's for laughter, you know, for comedy. The Bible says laughter is good like a medicine. And so you never know what a person is going through during the course of their day. And when they turn that television on and they can see you, or even in person, you just out. You know, again, I've never been one to be just snotty, you know, you know, you never know. You can just say hi, or just to smile, you know, and make people's day, or help it anyway, you know, go a little bit better.
I always say people should be nice. Nice should be the norm.
Exactly.
I say it all the time.
That works for me.
It's like, why not? It doesn't cost you anything. It actually brings stuff to you. What is one thing seriously that's come out of doing doing comedy either for you as it helped you through a tough time, or if someone come up to you and say, "Oh my God, your comedy is like, saved my day" or something?
Again, I was doing, at that particular time, I was doing the UniverSoul Circus, and I was playing another one of my characters, which is kind of similar, still, just a different name.
Yeah.
And at that time, in the beginning of the show, I did comedy. And then at the end, I kind of put a theme to it, and that was we fall down, but we get up. You never judge a book by its cover. You never look at how a person looks, and grab your. Whatever.
Yeah.
So at the end, I came out of character and said, God works on us piece by piece. And he takes us and he makes us into what he wants us to be, and he molds us and he shapes us. And at the end, I sang, "We fall down." And at the end of that, show, there's a young man came out of the audience and he said, "Patrice, I've never been at a circus," and he said, "I want you to know, before I came here, I had contemplated suicide." And he said, "After I heard and I came here and I sing this show and heard you sing," he said, "that changed my life." And he said, "I just, I had given up." Yeah. And just that, that's rewarding in itself.
Because we really don't know who we affect in a great way. A lot of times in this industry, you'll hear how you affect people in another way, but you never know what it is you do. And comedy is not frivolous. TV shows aren't frivolous. These movies aren't frivolous. These things, sometimes for some people, it is their life-saving. You give them that hour and a half, 2 hours, half hour. It just really, it's helped me just in my own life, being on TV and doing stuff. It's helped me through tough times, just to be able to come somewhere and have a good laugh or a good talk. It does really help.
And you know what? That's what I remember. A young lady. She's her name was Angel, but she's died. She's died, and she told me, she prophesied to me years ago, and she told me that I was going to be my own saving grace. And she said, every time you get depressed and when you get down, sing to yourself. And that's, even if it's just not a song, it's watching something, yeah.
Melody or something, I think that's a great thing she said to you, actually.
Yeah, so
it's great. Oh my God.
It's taken me through, and I'm again, I'm blessed. God has been good to me.
Now you are a singer, folks. She's a singer too, and I know you've done. There's videos online that show you singing these amazing songs. So, but you mentioned you had some albums back in the day. So
back in the day.
Do you want to do that again?
Absolutely, we're working on that now.
Oh, good.
So maybe next year.
Yeah. That's a whole other industry, of course. It's like just two different things going on there.
It's a lot happening.
Yeah, but you like doing like the musical comedies too, when you get to actually sing songs and in the middle of doing stuff on stage.
Yeah, that's that live audience.
Yeah,
I love it. I would do that. I would prefer that. More so than just the studio, being confined and going strictly by. The book. With that, I can just play, create.
Did you ever think when because I don't, when I was a kid, there were certain things. I mean, of a certain age myself. When I was a kid, there were certain things that weren't in my dream. I had dreams, but I didn't know if I was going to be able to get them. Of course, and I was born in the civil rights movement, and so my ancestors are sitting on my shoulders. As I get through this journey, and it's not like heavy or anything. It's just they're with me. Did you ever think for yourself too that you could be doing this, that you and I like be sitting on a TV show talking
Absolutely.
about your
I spoke it into existence.
You did? Okay.
I remember again sitting in 222 Dunbar Drive in the projects, Troy, Alabama. I remember standing in my bedroom looking out the window, and I remember saying, I'm going to be a star. I'm going to have a beautiful, beautiful career. And it just happened. Wow. And again, my mom, instilled all those things in me, speaking to the air what you want. And I've always done that, always spoken to existence what it is that I want, and even till this day.
That's so funny. And then you just went ahead and started making it happen, obviously. You started saying, I'm going to start doing what I need to do to get there.
And I believe everything that the sole of my feet should tread upon, that has already been given unto me. That's mine. Yeah.
God, I can sit here and talk to you forever. Forever. Oh my God, you're so good. Is there anything you haven't done yet? I'm sure there's a lot of things you haven't done yet, but is there anything you'd like to do, you think, in your career?
Yeah, I want to
say it out loud. You wanna say it?
I've been doing that.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I've always wanted to do Dancing with the Stars, but I don't want to do that version.
Ooh, okay.
We're gonna do a urban version, and it's gonna be, us.
I would love
and
it.
you don't have to be a star, but you do have to have,
some name,
right,
some following,
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd
be a great idea, actually. I'm surprised nobody's done that yet.
It's already patented. Don't.
Okay.
Don't. So while y'all listening, don't even try.
I'm like my producing partner. I'm like. I mean, back to you, Patrice. Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Right.
I'll see someone too, like, where'd that happen? Your lawyers are calling you. They're like, somebody's trying. This guy named James Lott Jr. That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah. I've always wanted to do that because I love to dance. I'm a dancer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, just watching them like, we need to put a little...
Yeah, it's funny, you're right. It's one of those things that, because Dancing with the Stars has this weird thing where you have to either be a star coming down.
Right.
Or a star used to was.
Right.
You're like, why you have to do that? You can have actually people who just have, have followings.
And for career. They have a nice career and you have a nice following.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to dance.
Yeah.
Or have some rhythm. At least to make it past the first episode. Yeah. Then you're going to get the boot. We're going to boot you.
That actually is a great idea. I'm thinking there's no one doing that right now at all.
Exactly.
There's no one doing that at all.
Yeah.
Would you, I'm asking you, just touched on it briefly, would you ever do reality TV or no? I always say to myself no, but I don't. Who knows, right? If it's the right thing, maybe.
I said no as well.
Yeah, I'm like
no. I don't want people all in, in my. I don't want y'all in my space like that. You still know.
Yeah, same here.
Enough.
At all.
But then you never know.
Exactly. You never know,
You just might need a check. Just so happen need a check.
I got a mortgage or whatever.
Exactly.
Something.
And things ain't popping quite the way you want to.
Yes.
Yeah. Never say never. That's Brandy Jones. Yeah, never say what you wouldn't do.
Who are some of the people that you really like in the business that you kind of maybe not even look up to, but just kind of admire their careers?
Singing, you mean, or just
do
period?
singing. Let's do singing and let's do acting. So singing, who do you admire?
My favorite that I grew up with is Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Back then it was Patrice Russian.
Oh, she was great. Yes.
Shaka Khan. I'm old school. You know?
Old school.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good.
They ain't really singing like they were singing back then. They ain't doing it. They ain't getting it in like they used to do back then.
Well, a lot of them now they got money and they're
and
relaxed.
that studio, put that little studio fix on to make you. Yeah. No. But when it comes to live, we know if you can sing or not.
That's here's what's funny. Okay, so you say that. So I went and saw Diana Ross not so long ago, and actually she sang her songs, not like pieces of songs. She sang the whole song.
And Diana Ross was another one.
And
that's why I was just singing. Remember?
Yeah, you were.
Missing You.
Yeah, yes. I was like, but she actually. I mean, because I went to the Cher concert. I love Cher. Don't get me wrong. But she sang pieces of songs, did costume changes.
Cher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where Diana did costume changes too, but she sang her whole songs. And I was like, and Homegirl,
That's that old school.
Yes.
Show business, entertainment.
Yes.
We know how to entertain.
And you pull out Barbara Streisand was another one. I saw her in concert. She still sings her songs. And I mean, some of the notes you can't, because you get older, sometimes your voice gets a little deeper.
Of course,
like
it changed.
But no, she still holds it. She held a note there. And I was like, oh my God, she can still hold it. Wow. It's amazing. But like Patty and all them, they're all Gladys Knight's another one. They're all got other things going on. So I don't know if they even, want to sing that like that anymore.
Right. They don't have to. They don't have to sing like that no more. Again, they've paid their dues.
They did pay them. Those ladies did pay their dues. So now with actors, who are some of the actors you like out there that you admire?
Let's see, Angela Bassett.
I got to meet her once.
Did.
It was weird. She came up to me and she goes, "Do I know you?" I'm like, "Oh my God, no, I'm nobody." I got all excited. I'm like, it's just like, you look familiar. I'm like, I'm just like, "Hi, I'm James."
Oh.
She was so nice, and those cheekbones were amazing. But yes.
What's Love Got to Do with it, Tina Turner? She played the
It's so
fool out of that.
I almost said something myself. The S out of it. The other S.
Right.
It didn't even look like her. It didn't matter.
Right.
Did
But
not
just
matter.
everything was just on point.
It was. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Let's see who else I like. Let's see. I'm old school. I like comedy. I was Florence Jefferson.
Yeah. Marla Gibbs.
Is it Florence?
There's Florence and there's Louis. So there was Isabel Sanford, Marla Gibbs, who I met Marla Gibbs. Very nice person.
Yeah.
She's still out there kicking.
Yeah. Is she?
I saw her recently at a Home Depot. So I was like, "Hey, girl." I was like, "Hey." She was like looking at some shelving or something. I was like, "Okay." But she was still. I live in the hood. I live in Inglewood. She was still over there. I was like, "Okay, girl." She's still around. So yes. So she shops at Home Depot. Yeah. So
she's a normal person.
She's a normal person.
Have a normal life.
Well, you know what? She really did influence a lot of South LA entertainment back in the 80s. When she had Marla Gibbs Memory Lane, and a lot of comedy people and actors came up through her and that whole her whole thing. She did a lot for black folks back then.
You know what? And I love that where wasn't it Diana Ross did Lady Sings the Blues?
Yeah. Oh, she was so amazing in that movie. She should have won the Oscar. Sorry,
Right.
What's her name?
Right.
Liza Minnelli. Sorry. You know, Liza, she's a legend too. But I was like, Diana, no, because the parts where she was on drugs, you're like, Diana can act like that?
Yeah. She killed it.
Completely.
Yeah.
She was a way better actress than some people out there who try to be actresses and singers.
Right.
I'm not going to name any names of folks who just are okay on film and should stick to singing.
Right.
But no, she was amazing in that. It was just like, I want to see you in a really dramatic role.
Yeah,
I do.
and I would love
now
to.
that I know you a little bit, I'm like, I want to see you really get soulful. I know you can do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God, you'd be amazing.
Yeah. You know what? When we do the different shows, to me, my favorite part of those shows is when I can be very dramatic and I can bring, some
real wisdom to a scene, tears. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do it. You are. I could feel your soul actually.
Yeah.
I ask my guests 2 questions. I don't prep them. My fans. I do not prep them beforehand. I ask them these 2 questions, and they're the same 2 questions. I believe in language, and I can tell you do too. Words, language, all that stuff is very important. And what word do you think we should take out of our vocabulary in the English language? What should we not say anymore?
Nigga.
Okay, that's what. Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
It's just not,
not needed.
But
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
And they know. They know.
Right.
They know what we're saying right now.
Right.
You know.
So yeah.
Yes, we should take it out. Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because then we won't be, we won't be, trying to punch nobody in the face.
Yes.
You say the wrong thing at the wrong time, then it's on and popping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Take it out, then we won't have no
Don't
more
worry about that
problems.
at all. Yes, I do.
Okay, so you said 2.
And so the other one is, what word I love that. I just love that answer. The next question is, what word do you think we should say more of in our vocabulary? That's always the harder one.
No, love.
Oh, I like that. It's so underrated, actually, isn't it? The word love.
It really is.
It's like, seriously, it's always like a verb. People are like, oh, it's sappy. Like, no, it's a really underrated word. And why did you choose that? Why do you choose love?
Because that's just like, if someone say, don't give me my flowers when I'm dead.
Oh, yeah.
Give me my flowers and show me how you feel now. Tell me you love me now,
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love love.
Yeah.
I love to love.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Like that. My brother who passed away a month ago would have loved you, my brother Max.
Oh.
I can tell. I'm just like, I'm thinking about him this whole time. Like, he would have loved you.
Oh.
So Max, I know you're watching. So
Hey, Max.
He would have loved you very much. And I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. I love your spirit. I love fun. I love to love.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's life.
And I like good down home folk, you know? I've done a lot of interviews where I was like, damn, I'm glad when this joint, let me get the hell up out of her. Yeah, I have. I've done a lot.
Wow.
A lot of interviews, and I'll be like, when is this going to be over? How long we got?
Yeah, it's like, it's a job then for you, isn't it?
Yeah. It
Well,
becomes a
you've
job.
been great. You have to come back.
Absolutely. You
have to come back.
Just to come and chill.
Hang out. Just hang out. We'll hang out. We'll set cameras on to the same time, but we'll hang out and talk.
Works for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Patrice Lovely. Now, in that camera, tell people where they can find you on social media if they want to talk to you.
On social media, I am Patrice Lovely on Facebook, Actress Patrice on Instagram, and Actress Patrice on Twitter. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
She's in the new Boo Madea's Halloween. It's out. It's coming out or out? Coming out?
On the 21st.
21st. I knew it was coming out shortly. On the 21st, so you make sure you'll see her in there. She's there in Love Thy Neighbor, of course, on OWN. She's Hattie Mae, of course, in there, working it out.
Come back on in January.
In January, you guys. In January, you guys. Thank you so much for watching the show. Of course, you can follow us on the Breaking Into page on Facebook. My handle, James Lott Jr. And my 1-year anniversary show is coming up on November 8th. I have Shabadoo Quinones, Christy Ferris, Jasmine Lewis, Joe Hernandez-Kolsky, and Joshua Silverstein coming on. We're going to have a nice roundtable discussion about life and what's like to be just black.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching me, and I'll see you next time.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.